Thank you for tuning in and continuing our study, Getting to Know Jesus. I hope you are learning some things. If you have any questions, please let me know. We left off last time looking at some names of Jesus or some titles of Jesus. And we saw, like in Acts chapter 3, where Peter referred to him as the holy and righteous one, the Prince of Life, the Christ, the servant. And these references, these terms, these titles really give us and shed some light on who he is. I want to pick up our study now from the Gospel of Mark. In the Gospel of Mark, in Mark chapter 1, and this should be familiar because we talked about this a little while ago, listen to what Mark says here. The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Now, I want to stop there. Jesus is often referred to as the Son of God. That phrase is used throughout the Scriptures, the Son of God. Or rather, the first two words, Son of. So when you see that phrase, Son of, it refers to the nature of someone or to their offspring. Let me give you a couple examples. Look at Psalm 89 and verse number 22. The psalmist said, "The enemy will not deceive him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him." And so this idea of son of wickedness helps us to see the nature of these individuals, that indeed they were wicked men. Look over in Luke chapter 20, and I want you to notice verse number 34, as Jesus was talking about the resurrection. And verse number 34, Jesus said to them, "The sons of this age marry and are given in marriage." And so he uses that phrase again, the sons of, and then he says this age. And I think what he's talking about here, he was referring to people who were devoted to this world, and obviously the people who were living at that time. And so son of is used to describe the nature of someone. And so you go back to the genealogy of Jesus, like in Matthew chapter 1, that's what Matthew does. He goes through all of these individuals, and he's going to be connecting them and helping them to see, and helping the reader to see who they are from, or the offspring. So when you think about that term, son of, it helps us to understand the nature of someone that is being spoken about. And this is what we see. You can read a genealogy and you can see how the writers will use that phrase over and over again. In particular, Luke chapter 3, when you look at the genealogy of Jesus in Luke chapter 3, and I'm not going to read it, but you look at verses 24 through 38, each verse begins with son of. And so that just helps us to understand more about the nature of who is being spoken of. Now, when you think about the phrase Son of God, what is that helping us to see about Jesus? It's helping us to see who he is. That he is deity, and certainly that he was more than just a man. So you have Son of God, you have Christ, Holy and Righteous One, Servant Jesus, Prince of Life, Emmanuel, which means God with us. All of these names or terms or titles are giving us a better understanding of who Jesus really is. In fact, what's interesting, in Mark chapter 1, even the demons knew the nature of Jesus. And I want you to listen to how the demons even describe Jesus. In Mark chapter 1 and verse 24, one of the demons said, "What business do we have with each other, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." So you see how he's describing him there as the Holy One of God. In Mark chapter 5, in the first 7 verses, we won't look at all those, but look at verse 7. This man who was demon-possessed, he said to Jesus, "What business do we have with each other, Jesus, Son of the Most High God?" So you see, even the demons understood this. They understood the nature of who Jesus was. And that's why they would use terms like that, because they knew who he was or who he is. And so these names, these terms, these titles, they're very important. We shouldn't just kind of quickly read over them, because they're helping us to learn more about who Jesus of Nazareth really is. So we'll stop there for now. We'll pick this up and we'll look at some other titles that are used to refer to Jesus. Take care and God bless.